Johnny Candido, Marietta College dropout, the shortest powerlifter to dunk on the internet. The road to 40-inch vertical begins now.
What's up guys, it's Johnny Candido of Candido Training HQ. In my last video, I mentioned that I'm going to get more expansive with my goals on this channel. I used to be more jacked in 2012 to 2014, if you check back on my channel. And this comes down to, first of all, mostly just body weight. That's simply the main factor. I was around 163 to 175 most of the time. There was a time where I was 177, while I would consider being, pretty impressively built, more well-rounded than I am right now. Also, one of the factors is I did 2 times the pulling movements as I did the bench pressing movements, as in my 6-week program. That's what I was running. Now I am definitely way more biased towards specificity. The third point is, my athletic background was just more recent. So what I'm going to do now is 3 separate things, and I'm going to track my day 1 metrics today in this video. First of all, I'm going to pursue a 1 rep max on the chin up. And I'm going to pursue this as if it's a powerlifting competition movement. So I don't think anyone's really done this where they make it part of the big 4 essentially, but actually push it to its limits, doing RP 8 singles, everything like that, and seeing what is the ideal way to program for maximal strength on this lift, not just calisthenics. Now that being said, I would love to have a channel on that specializes in bodyweight movements, in pull-ups, chin-ups, and things like that. I also invite you guys to try this out if you're similar to myself, where I never will get motivated to do bicep curls for the sake of building my biceps, and that's it. That's just not tangible, it's not motivating, it's not even interesting to me. But if I make it a part of another goal, just like building your triceps are to build your bench press, if I make biceps a real meaningful factor in my weighted 1 rep max on the chin up, now all of a sudden it makes more sense and it becomes a part of a system. It's basically bringing up a weak point. So that to me is very exciting. Like I said, I invite you guys to maybe work that in. Maybe ask your coach, hey, can I include the weighted chin up? And we'll get this wave going.
You know who I'd like to see post his 1 rep max right now is Alpha Destiny. He has probably the best videos on going heavy on weighted pull-ups and chin-ups. You see here, I used to be able to get busy on it. I've lost it, I've strayed. I'm returning back.
Attempt number 1, 25 pounds. All right, this is the main goal, a 45 and a 25. Not crazy impressive to some people, but I'd be happy with it. Let's get it. Whoa. If this goes super well, maybe I'd do 2 45s, but this is the main goal. Yes. I also want to make it clear that this will not help my bench press. I'll actually probably not PR my bench press for a very long time. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people quit when they try something new, is they're not real on the trade-offs. I'm not going to bench 6 days a week. I'm going to bench 3 days a week now, so I can have more of an even split. And with that lack of specialization, there is a meaningful downside. And I have to accept it, if that's what I value. A lot of people want really everything, and then the moment they do this, they'll go, wow, and this will help my bench press too, because now I'll be overall thicker and have more stability. It's like, no, you won't. At least not as a moderate-sized natural person. For some people it works a little bit differently if you do have a huge amount of mass, so where upper back work can actually tangibly help your powerlifting movements. But if this would have helped my powerlifting total, I would have already been doing this. I think a lot of people start boxing or MMA and things like that, or BJJ, and they say like, oh, this actually helps with my lifting. It's like, no, it doesn't. It's just something for fun, and that's fine. Yes. Is that good? Does that count? Judges? 75 pounds is my chin up 1 rep max. But secondly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test my vertical leap. I am 5'7", barely, and I've been able to pull down the rim slightly while from a standstill in my best vertical jump days. So that is something where I'm going to test relative to this hoop today. So we're gonna get all these metrics now, and I would say I just wanna be within 2.5 inches of touching the rim, like I said, with no momentum going into that jump.
When it comes to measuring my standing reach, I used the NFL style, which is keeping the shoulders square and then extending. I actually extended the elbow a little bit better than this example here. My standing reach was at 7 feet. This would mean it takes a 36-inch vertical for me to touch the rim. Now, I would say this is 2 inches away. So we're gonna rough estimate say that this was a 34-inch jump. Not bad for day one. Here you can see as I'm walking away, my body looks like a bag of mashed potatoes. That's the only reason I included that clip. So sprinkle in losing 15 to maybe even 20 pounds, and then add in some actual jump training, I think we could do something cool. And right here, I would say this is 1.5 inches away from the hoop, which puts me at a 34.5-inch vertical leap. That puts me within 3 inches of my best, and I am absolutely untrained. I did not do one jump before this.
Yeah! Woo!
My running jump, I was actually surprised. I got 2 inches above the rim, which puts my running vertical at 38 inches.
Go, 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 go. All right, let's get in the final stretch here. I'm drinking my Jack Factory Cotton Candy pre-workout. The best tasting pre-workout. Link in the description. Discount code is Johnny if you want to support your favorite manlet. That's where you go to buy it. It still is my favorite. I actually have not tried their other flavors because I'm just like, no, this is it. That being said, we are headed to our final test, the standing long jump. Now, the goal specifically that I have is to compare myself to Pug the Goat. He deadlifts 700 plus pounds at 163 pounds body weight. And his standing vertical jump, from what I could see, is around 8 feet 7 inches, based on a video I uploaded. I actually think he is going to have me beat here, because this is something where, especially on concrete, right now practicing it, I'm just not very good. But historically, I have been pretty decent at this, so I think I could improve the most probably on this, but have maintained the least. Ends at 8 feet 7 inches. So if I can get all the way beyond the shoe, I beat Pug the Goat. All right, I am very happy with that. That was the best result I could have got. So nearly a 9-foot standing broad jump on concrete, which I think is far from ideal. And I think I could push that. I think I could push that quite far. Because in college, when I was a long jumper, I actually was able to outstanding long jump another athlete on our team who high jumped 6 feet 8 inches in high school. So he was a pretty good jumper, and I was more explosive on that. So I think I could maybe push to 9 feet 6 inches and beyond if I really, step my game up. My third point, which this leads into, is body weight. I'm going to weigh myself, and I'm going to take pictures for you guys to see of my body composition now. And my goal is going to be to weigh 178 pounds within a few months.
Now for the most personal part, my body composition. And, a lot of people know me for informative content and all of that, but I'm human too, and honestly my body image has been giving me some mental health I'm just kidding. All I need to do is just reduce calories, get in a caloric deficit. There's not much to it. So one of the things that you can notice here is that my left arm is more jacked than my right arm. That's one thing that is really weird. And I don't know if it's a muscular control issue when flexing or if I actually have lower mass on that arm. Maybe it's a mix of both. But as you can see here, my legs have always been a strong point. But overall, it's really the biceps. My back is just okay, and that bicep on the right is just so flat. I have no idea what I'm doing here. But yeah, this is me at 189.5 pounds. I'm going to make a commitment here and say I will never be heavier than this for the rest of my life. This is my heaviest point. Now, this is me in the past at around 174. This is a decade ago. And look at how much more jacked I look then. So yeah, we got to get back on this thing. We got to course correct. It was great. You know, my total was like 1,300 back then, and now it's 1,675. But, you know, I want a mix of both. And most importantly, I just want to be healthier. But Johnny, what about your powerlifting total? Are you still going after a 1,700 pound total? Well, I'm glad you asked. In fact, training has been going pretty well. I squatted 580 pounds recently, and this was my last training cycle without any sets below 7 reps on the volume work. Just singles and then 7 to 11 reps. And I was able to hit that with, I would say, you know, maybe 600 pounds being in the tank. And then I'm going to do a proper training cycle now that's longer, more regular peak. Now on the bench press, this was actually where I had the best news because I truly didn't think this would go well. It was one of the few areas, I'm generally an optimistic person. This was the one where I'm like, no, this feels awful. Like every workout felt really bad because I've been benching 3 days a week instead of 6 days a week. But I was able to hit 360 pounds. And I would say I had at least 10 pounds in the tank. So that is phenomenal news that I'm basically able to bench 370 pounds. Now, I do want to be clear that this still means this training is not ideal. I am literally doing 13 sets on some workouts, doing a 10 by 3 plus a 3 by 20 touch and go bench on one of my volume days. So it is not an easy fix by just reducing workload. No, you have to make up for that. And the weight does feel much heavier in my hands. But oddly, I actually have noticed I'm better at grinding now. And of course, this frees up for more time for that bodybuilding work. And for now, I've been mostly doing, curls, rows with an underhand grip, movements like that because I don't have access to a pull-up bar. I then will have to get a gym membership, likely in Texas, and that's when we'll go really hard. All out, 3+ times a week, weighted pull-ups, pull-downs. I mean, I'm open to anything to maximize that and to get to 100 pounds, maybe 130 pounds on my pull-up. Now, that all being said, why am I doing this? Johnny, why are you changing everything? What's going on? The reason why I'm doing this is because recently I turned 29 in late April. And I look at my life in seasons. I go, okay, what do I want to accomplish here? What do I want to accomplish here? And it tends to work. Like I get what I want done, but anytime something's not crystal clear, it never works. Like that's why I'm always crystal clear on like, okay, what is the top priority? I'm not going after a million goals at once and then expecting to PR on my total. It might happen, but I'm not going to force that expectation. So I'm going to actually compete at 178. If I total 1,700 pounds, that's awesome. And I'll take it. Like I really think it's still possible, especially with the deadlift bar, since I'm never competing in the USAPL again. But like I said, I will never bump that body weight up, and I will never bump that bench frequency up. I will accept whatever happens. My goals in life right now are to grow the YouTube channel, dunk a basketball, find a wife. I'm going to get on eHarmony within a few months. And then to buy an AR-15. And my personal views on this channel is the number one goal of my life is to get people into fitness. That is the number one goal, in strength training specifically. And then powerlifting is after that is a fantastic tool to accomplish those goals. And the way I view it is if anybody just stumbles across this channel, gets into lifting weights and does whatever they want to do with it, but they get the benefits of increasing bone density, range of motion, quality of life, that to me is the ultimate good. It's not, USAPL versus IPF versus, squat technique. To me, the biggest thing is just getting people active, since that is the biggest issue, arguably, within America where we're actually regressing. It's like one of the few things that when you look up the data, it's actually worse than you expect. A lot of times the news makes things seem to be worse that aren't. And that one, no, that's horrible. And culturally, it does just disgust me how normalized it's been to be out of shape, overweight, not work out there's some people who haven't been active in decades, and it's just seen as normal. I find that disgusting. I do. But obviously you can't just tell people that, you disgust me, you're repulsive. You can't just say it like that. What you have to do is lead by action. So that's what I want to do here. And also, I think it's also relevant to a lot of powerlifters. is how many powerlifters, maybe say, hey, BMI doesn't matter to me because I have way more muscle than the average person, but maybe you're also 15 to 25 pounds overweight in addition to that. So it's probably a mix of both. And also, since I know this video is probably going to be used as an example of how powerlifting can, you could be out of shape, or you can add weight to your total and look worse, or whatever. I would imagine it could be twisted in Reddit forums like that. The main point I want to get across is it's a matter of what you don't do that's being detrained. It's not powerlifting that's causing it. It's all a matter of time. So, for example, I have talked to so many people who say their vertical leap actually hasn't increased from increasing their squat. And I ask them, have you jumped in the past 5 years? And a lot of times they'll say no. They're just like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you kind of actually have to do the thing that you're trying to improve at too. And then increasing your squat is phenomenal. And if you look at my prime dunk video, that was from powerlifting. Like that, I was never nearly that athletic when I was coming up as a sophomore and junior in high school. Powerlifting absolutely changed my life and built that 2011 to 2013 body that I had. So the best way to say it is my goal with this channel is to be the powerlifting Jack LaLanne. So that's it. Make sure to like the video, support the channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and encourage a family member to get in shape. Maybe just use this video as a reminder. Just say to your mom, like, hey, how long has it been since you hit the gym? Let's go together. Peace.
The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, who comes short again and again.
By the way, during the making of this video, I've already lost 3 pounds. So I'm 186 pounds. And I don't know, I think you can still see the right bicep's still a little bit smaller. But we're making some progress. We're making some gains. I hope you guys enjoyed that intro, by the way. I did about 1 million takes, as you can see here. And yeah, it was really that orange that I put in the corner that came in clutch. I was like, yeah, no, that's the one.